Alright everyone, in the previous video we set up a basic mist effect. Now we're just going to improve that a little bit. So the first thing that I want to do is I want to make the mists different sizes. So if I start the game off now, you'll notice it's just a bunch of blobs and they're all the same size. And they're also behind the wizard, which I don't like. I want them to be in front of the wizard. So we'll fix both of those. I guess the easiest thing to do first is to put it in front of the wizard. So we're just going to stick go to front layer in here. And what that does is it pushes these things to the front of the screen. So if this is in front of the bottle, which is why it overlaps the bottle and the bottle goes behind it. Well, by putting the mist to the front, I put it in front of everything. I think the exception is this, because they're not part of the game. They're put in front of everything so that you can read what's going on. But right now, if I go to the top, now, will the wizard go in front of or behind the bottle? In front of. So the wizard is further forward than the bottle. Well, we're going to make the mist further forward than everything. So that's the first thing that's going to happen. When we get the new mist, it's going to go to the front layer. And then we also want to make it a random size. So we're going to set size to pick random. We don't want to go 1 to 100 because 1 will be so tiny you won't even see it. So let's say, actually I want them at least the size that they are. So at least 100 and maybe as big as 400. Let's see how that works. Okay, I think I kind of like that. Okay, and the last thing I want to do in this video is I want to make the mist wrap around. So right now, it says repeat until X position is greater than 220. And so it just goes to the end and then it stops. But what I want it to do is I want it to go to the end. I want it to fade out over here. And I want it to fade in over here. So let's call, what should we call that? Let's call that fade across. And so when it fades across, it repeats 100 times. I have to wait a little bit before each step. And then it's gonna just do the ghost effect. So set ghost effect. Oops, no, not set, change. So change ghost effect by 1. Now remember the ghost effect, as it goes to 100, the sprite fades away to nothing. So by repeating this 100 times, it's gradually going to make the mist fade away to nothing. And then we're going to duplicate that, and we're going to make it come back, and we just do that by changing the ghost effect by -1. But in between these, I want to change the position. So I want to, let's see, go to X is -220. So over on the left here, that's what that means. Y, we'll just make that random. So pick random, and this is about -160. This is about +160. So -160 to +160. So that'll put it in a random place along the left edge. And then it's going to fade back in. Now right now, this isn't being called, so it's not going to do anything yet. We have to do a place to call it. So we want to say, oh, when you reach the right-hand edge, so control if, and then we'll put that in there. If the X position is greater than 220, then fade across. So now we need a new repeat condition. And when does this stop? Well, it should start when the level ends. And so what we're going to do is we're going to say variables, make a list, call it weather. Okay, and then we're going to add the first thing on the weather list is going to be mist. And so we're just going to say, hey, just check the list and see if you're supposed to be here. So mist is supposed to be at level 1. So repeat until it's not the case that this level is mist. And so how do we say this level? We say item level, which will be 1 of weather. So keep repeating until it's no longer the level for mist. You wait 1 second as you move a bit, then you fade across if you get to the end. Just keep doing that. So what should happen is the mist will keep floating across. When it hits the edge, it'll fade away. It'll move to here. It'll fade back in. And it'll keep doing that until level is no longer number 1. All right, let's playtest that. Okay, for the purposes of playtesting, I've just set none to level 1 on the enemies list so that we don't get bothered by the ghost. Let's see how this goes. Okay, so that flickering effect alerts me to the fact that I put the pick random There's a pick random here. I don't know where that came from. That should be... that should be in here. So I just put it in the wrong place. Okay, so the pick random should be in the Y position in the blue block, not in the purple thing. Okay, so that was a mistake. Okay, that works pretty good. The fade effect, that's quite happy with that. And I'll see you in the next video, and we'll finish off the mist. Thank you for listening, and if you find this video useful, please hit like and subscribe.